Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel, guys, as you know, for the past couple days, we've been revisiting and updating our versions of HeMan and Skeletor in the Origins line, with the Turtles of Grayskull line and the CGI, the cartoon collection, and also from the Masters line too, with the Revolution and New Eternia figures. And today in the channel, which I don't believe I've done before, we're going to be looking at different variants of HeMan and Skeletor in the CGI line, right? We're going to have some fun. Now, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope everyone hits that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you know I upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at HeMan and Skeletor in the CGI line. And also, everybody, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a quick little review of my final piece. I finally got my final ring for the Masters of the WWE Universe, the single-carded Grayskull ring, and we'll compare that to the first version of Grayskull ring with John Cena and Triple H to see the the differences. It's just a single-carded ring, so it'd be a nice, quick little review. All right, so here we go. So first off, we have the first versions of HeMan Skeletor that was released for us collectors, part of Wave 1, I guess you can call it, right there. So there they are. There's HeMan right there in the packaging. Now, of course, these are the same, height almost as the Origins figures, but they have more of that 80s vibe. No articulation, but as you know, it's got the spring-loaded attack right there for the waist. And there's HeMan right there. Let me turn my lamp on here. There we go. So there's HeMan right there. If you remember, in my review yesterday, that, of that HeMan, well, I would love to get in the Masters line, part of the Revolution show, where he has to help Teela recreate or rebuild Eternia's heavens. When he does that, he's got that chest plate right there. So the Masters Revolution show pays tribute to this line right there, and I would love to get that version of HeMan in that in the Masters line. I don't know how you would call him, like God tier King HeMan with Teela, Sorceress Teela. But there's HeMan. Of course, we can't forget about the evil Lord of Destruction of Skeletor right there. Alright, pretty cool. Back around to the back, right there. Some nice glamour shots. Other action call-out features right there of these two iconic warriors of this amazing brand. Alright. Let's move right along here. For our next two versions of HeMan Skeletor we got in the universe, which is right here. Now, these are the same exact versions we just saw right now from Series 1, or Wave 1, but upscaled. These were major, for me at least, major shelf warmers for the longest time at Walmart. For the most part, this line I found at Walmart. These were Walmart exclusives. And it's the same exact versions of HeMan and Skeletor you just saw for part of Wave 1, just upscaled, a little taller, a little bigger, right there. Alright. And this is a line, like I said, that I would love to see the Origins line give us, as collectors. As we know, the line is now over with and done, and so there was not really a lot of figures that were created for this universe, and that's why it should be no problem, at some point, I hope that, Mattel will, create a Origins-based line off the CGI line. I think that would be really cool to get. All right. These are about like 9 inches tall, I believe. But same exact figures as from Wave 1. And you know what? For fun, let me get these guys back out here real fast, guys. Hang on. But here's the glamour shot right there of the two figures right there. All right. Let me show you really fast, everybody. So there's Skeletor, and then here's his Wave 1 variant right there, the 5.5 scale. And HeMan's no different. Here you go. Here's HeMan. So there you go. Now, believe it or not, there was another variant of HeMan that I still need in my collection of this size and statue. And the only difference between this version of HeMan, which I do have, is that the gold trim armor around his, the silver trim armor right here is gold. It's same. Everything else is the same, but there is a gold tier or gold trim like armor around He-Man that I still need. Of course, there's Skeletor right there. All right. Moving right along here. Of course, we have these versions. We have the Walmart exclusive double pack, which I've shown on my channel before, of He-Man and Skeletor, and I thought at some point we would get multiple double packs of different figures of this universe, but unfortunately we only got this. But I have a feeling if the show had continued and kept going, at least for one more season or maybe two, if it could, you could have had multiple double packs of of different figures, like Trapjaw and Man at Arms, Sorceress and Evil Lyn, and so forth and so Manny Faces and Stratos, Ram Man, Ram Mam, and Triclops and so forth. But unfortunately, this is the only 2-pack we got in this universe. But it was with He-Man and Skeletor, and a little different versions of these two figures with He-Man and Skeletor. With He-Man, you can see the power of Grayskull, like the veins right there, painted on right there. Of course, Skeletor with the Havoc magic on his neck right there, and a green Havoc arm. The green Havoc staff right there with the power sword. But still has that same power attack feature. Same scale and height with 5.5. Comes with a training robot as well. There they are. Alright, the next figures I'm going to show you guys is the battle armored versions of He-Man and Skeletor. Right here. This is a very different take on the battle armored versions of these iconic figures. Big, massive packaging right here. Big boxes right here. Big window box right there of both versions of Skeletor and He-Man right there. But they still, still have that power attack feature, just upscaled. Same scale and same height, I think I want to put Skeletor over here next to Skeletor as the standard, versions right there. I think these are a little bit taller and wider right there from their single, variant, taller variant of Walmart. But like I said, a very different take on the battle armored versions that we've known and loved of this universe. There's no damage, so it's just armor. It's just battle armor basically. But unfortunately, they don't have that damaged effect like we've used to. As collectors, don't have that feature with these particular two versions of He-Man. In fact, this whole universe is totally different. It's a very different take on this universe of He-Man that we've known and loved. Of collectors and stuff like that. That's best to explain it. In this universe, everyone knows who He-Man is. Once again, everyone calls down the power of Grayskull and to enhance their abilities and so forth. With Skeletor, everyone uses the power of Havoc to power up their their special abilities as well. So, like I said, a very different take of He-Man in the Master of the Universe line, and this is more kid-friendly and stuff like that. But this is with the battle armored versions. There's no it's different. It's unique. But there's the glamour shot of both figures right there. All right, pretty cool. All right. Now, this next version of He-Man, I'm going to show you guys for the first time. I just got this version of He-Man. And it is Savage Armored He-Man right here. And it's the same type of style and packaging like we just saw. And I'll put the Battle Armored He-Man next to him right here. So, the same exact scale and box art right there. But this is called Savage Armored He-Man from the Savage Eternia line right there. And he comes with this massive power sword that you can open and close. right there. All right, around the back right there. For a nice glamour shot of him right there. So this is the first time I'm showing you guys this version of He-Man. And like I said, there's still other, like 2 other versions of He-Man I still need in the collection. And some other figures I still need to complete the set that I still need. And speaking of the Savage Eternia He-Man, I do have that version of He-Man and Skeletor. Get this out of the way here. So, put him right here. So here is his single carded version, next to his bulkier, bigger version right there of He-Man. You can see the same exact figure right there. This version comes with a little Cringer cat right there. His standard power sword. Unfortunately, that power sword does not open up like this version does. But it's the same exact armor, everything. And of course, I do have Savage Eternia Skeletor, which I have a feeling this was the final line, the final wave that was produced and created, you know, on the CGI show or line before it was canceled. And so there's CGI Skeletor with his bone rat little friend right there, Skeletor. Now, when I look at this version of Skeletor, the first thing I see when I see the chest plate right there, I immediately think of Snake Armored Skeletor with the eyes right there. So I'm getting Snake Armored vibes when I look at this version of Skeletor here. But I love the helmet right there. I love the look. Looks really, really badass right there. Got the Savage Eternia logo for both He-Man and Skeletor. Alright. And let me know in the comments below, guys. Do you think that they should, you know, give us a CGI line at some point? I mean, not right now, but some point down the road, you know, getting a CGI Origins line, you know, for us, you know, in the Origins line. You know, not right now, like down the road a ways, you know. I say yes. I say yes. But there's the glamour shot of He-Man right there with Cringer. And Skeletor with his bone rat. Alright, and finally, guys, the last 2 versions of He-Man and Skeletor that I'm going to show you guys today, because there are so many variants and different versions of He-Man and Skeletor in this universe, like all, you know, brands of Masters of the Universe, from the Origins to the Vintage, the Classics, to the, you know, Masterverse line. You know, this line is no different. This line is, you know, as you know, is done, but they gave us a variety of great figures and a really cool Gray Skull as well. And I might revisit that Gray Skull. That Gray Skull was very unique, and it lit up. It had sound effects. At the drawbridge would open and close, you know, like, and it would have that, you know, power sword effect to it. He had gun turrets that would like pop off, and you can use it to fly and shoot out really, you know, real plastic projectiles and a trap drill. I mean, everything. It was very, very cool. And at some point, I think I'm on the channel, I'm going to revisit that Gray Skull. And it's on the review of that Gray Skull for the CGI line is on my channel right now. If you'd like to go back and check that out, it's one of my more popular, you know, reviews of the channel. I would recommend checking that out, because that Gray Skull was very unique, and it's a lot of fun to have, you know, to own, and like I said, it does a lot of cool things. But back to He-Man Skeletor. So I have this version of Reborn Skeletor right here, and Gold Armored He-Man. It just says He-Man, but it's just these very cool versions of He-Man and Skeletor here, and these really very unique packaging, more you can, you know, play around with and try out, you know. But very cool versions of these 2 iconic figures right here. Still has that power attack feature. Have soft, good fabric right there on Skeletor here. I don't think in the back right here. There's the back right there. And of course, He-Man has this really cool soft cape right here. But a very different take. At this point, this was near the end of the line, of the CGI line, and I think they were just trying something different, you know, as far as Mattel was trying to, you know, give us collectors, you know, try it out and see what you think vibes. But got some very cool, unique weapons. Nice glamour shot right there of both figures again. Got that very cool Gray Skull. Alright. But there you go, guys. There's a look at some of my He-Man and Skeletor figures in the CGI line. Like I said, there's so many different variants of He-Man and Skeletor. I can still show you guys today. You got the motorcycle versions of both, He-Man and Skeletor. You got the full by the power of Grayskull versions of He-Man as well. You have that giant demon version of Skeletor as well. We just saw on the channel not too long ago, and many, many more. All right, but there you go, guys. Now, finally, today, guys, I'm going to show you my final piece to my Masters of the WWE Universe. Where you at? There it is. And it was this right here. This is the final ring. So there was 3 rings that were created. This was the final ring that I needed to have a 100% complete collection. And it's just a single carded ring for Grayskull right here. So this is the Grayskull ring. You got the glamour shot of the, the figures from Sting to Finn Balor to Triple H and the Ultimate Warrior. And you can see right there is the ring itself right there. It's just a ring. There's no figures included. Right there. It's got that same vibe and stone wall with the Grayskull ring, or Grayskull. And inside is where you would find the ropes, all right, with the skulls right there, like there, inside there. And for comparison, I did bring out the standard version of Grayskull ring. So there's that ring, the standard Grayskull Mania ring right there that included Triple H and John Cena. So if you remove this part right here, take it off, it's basically right there. Same, put that right there. So there you go. And that's it. That was the final piece that I needed for my collection. So I'm 100% complete. I'm very happy about that. This ring I found, if you are interested in getting this ring only, I found it off of eBay and I paid like $12, like $10 for the ring and like a couple of bucks for shipping and handling, and that was it. No, it was free shipping. It was just taxed. But there you go, guys. There's the final piece to the Masters of the WWE Universe collection right there. This has been a fun series to look at, and of course, I am going to come back and revisit this. You know me. I love to revisit and relook at, these figures, from time to time, and the Masters of the WWE Universe is no exception. And I might, from time to time, go back and revisit and show you some of my favorite figures of this universe. The ones that really I thought was really cool and very unique, and do some of them that I didn't really care for, and they could have done, Mattel could have done better, with their figures in that universe. All right, but there you go, guys. There's a look at the final piece right there. Once again, okay, I'm very happy to finally end this collection right here. But I'm also, if they reboot it or bring this line back for us collectors, for ours, I would be more than happy to continue this line. Like I said, this line was very unique, and had some very unique figures of this universe. And like I said, if they would have, revise it or bring it back, I would be more than happy to start collecting again for this universe. All right, but there you go. All right, guys. I'd like to take the time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, don't forget to hit that notification bell when I upload new videos. And tomorrow, I'm going to revisit and look at every version of Hordak that I have in my collection. As you know, Hordak is coming very soon to the Turtles of Grayskull line, part of Wave 4. Looks really, really badass. We just got that announcement of the cartoon collection 40th anniversary Hordak with She-Ra. So he's coming. We have, a couple of, we have 3 versions of him in the Origins line, okay? And 2 versions of him in the Masters line, and 1 version in the CGI line. So there's been quite a few Hordaks that have been created for us collectors, and I will, would like to take a look at that tomorrow, and I hope you guys will join me for that. So I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Take care. And have a good one, everybody.